Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So I wanted to share more details about Donald Trump's first week in office and the second iteration of the swamp that he's filling to the brim again. First up, case in point, is Trump's new press secretary. It's a woman named Karoline Leavitt, and he should have left it. Um, she unsuccessfully ran for Congress back in 2022, and we're now finding out she has refiled all of her election financials because she missed a few things, I guess you could say. So her new Federal Elections Commission filings show that Leavitt owes more than $300,000 because of campaign finance violations, also unpaid bills to vendors. So 200,000 of that over 300 comes from illegal excess campaign contributions that were made to her campaign. Now, she's supposed to report, or any candidate is supposed to report and return excess contributions within 30 days. Not only did she, fall just outside of the guidelines of those 30 days, she failed to report all of this money and everything that she needed to pay back, and she hasn't paid it back for almost 3 years. So she owes a total of $326,370 to both vendors and donors. So like I said, more swampy creatures. And she's going to learn the hard way that when you align yourself with Trump, yeah, people are going to start paying attention to stuff like this, and you are just going to be under a magnifying glass. So you better have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because Trump either will croak one of these days, or he's going to be out of office in 4 years. Either way, your protection is up at that point. Next up is news about the Friday Night Massacre, as it's being called, like the one that happened years ago. But as you guys may have heard, Trump terminated at least 17 inspectors general without warning. So this was not only a violation of federal law, because he didn't give Congress 30 days notice, because these are, congressional appointees, but also, of course, this allows Trump's agencies to just commit crimes and violate laws with total impunity. Trump could now install loyalists. They could be in there and allow total rampant abuse of the government, of these agencies, of our tax dollars. And for those in other countries who may not know what, inspectors general do, if you don't have them in your country, these are government watchdogs. So these are people who provide oversight of the various government agencies. Inspector generals are specifically there to identify waste, to identify abuse and fraud in the government agencies that they oversee, and then they report those findings so that Congress can take action. So obviously wildly inappropriate. Just like I said, it's the swamp 2.0. So here we go. Next, Trump's Justice Department has asked the Supreme Court to freeze the student loan debt case that was going on. If they approve this freeze, this could put the case on hold indefinitely, which means that there are going to be a lot of students who will not receive that debt relief. And I can tell you from listening to various podcasts and watching different shows that have done focus groups lately, this is not going to go over well with people who voted for Trump and took a chance on him. Next up, Trump's Federal Trade Commissioner. It's the chairman, the new chairman that he installed. He shut down public comments regarding corporate price fixing. This is a huge deal. I mean, this gets at the heart of what Trump promised to do, which was to drive down prices, which was to help people with their daily costs of living, right? So this absolutely will drive up costs for Americans, or at the very least, it will keep things where they are with inflation. Because days before Trump took office, Biden's FTC under Lena Khan announced that they had completed an investigation and they released findings from that investigation. What they found was that corporations are using our browsing history, our locations, our buying patterns, and even our mouse movements, how we move our mouse around a page on the internet to set their prices. So a price that you see online could be different than what your next door neighbor is seeing based on all of that data. So they are gouging people based on what all this data that they're collecting. And then the search results also vary. So what you're seeing on the first page of Google, let's say, could be completely different than someone even in your own household or a next door neighbor. And the FTC said that cosmetic companies could offer or are offering promotions, they give this as an example, for specific skin types and tones. So someone who's white may get a coupon offered to them or a discount that someone with a darker skin tone doesn't get. Yeah. And the FTC wrote, quote, a new parent may intentionally be shown higher priced baby thermometers on the first page of their search results. So if they can tell by your search results, by your mouse movements that you are a first-time parent or your buying history, they will hit you on the first page of your search results with more expensive offers than what someone else would receive. I mean, but they don't want to hear about this, right? So Biden's FTC chair, Lena Khan, was asking for public feedback. She was asking for public comments and relevant stories so that they could take action. And Trump's FTC is like, no, thanks. Yeah, we don't care. We don't care if American people are being victimized by corporate greed, by corporate price gouging practices. But tell me again how Trump's going to reduce prices for you. Yeah. Have you checked out the price of eggs lately? Not looking good. Anyway, in immigration news, Trump has set quotas now for immigrant arrests. He has told the immigration agency, I want an increase. So right now, what they're doing is they've been arresting on average, hundreds per day. He wants that increased to between 1,200 and 1,500 people a day. And Trump said the managers of these groups and of these agents will be held accountable if these quotas aren't met. So obviously, this raises the likelihood that citizens and non-criminals are going to be erroneously arrested and or deported. In related news, Trump announced 25% tariffs on trade with Colombia. And he said it would increase to 50% in 1 week because Colombia refused to allow 2 deportation planes to land that were carrying over 200 people. So the Colombian president went on Twitter and he posted, quote, I do not authorize the entry of North American planes carrying Colombian migrants into our territory. The U.S. must establish a protocol of dignified treatment of migrants before we receive them. So the big rub here seems to be that these people were seen in shackles. The Trump administration is purposely putting out these propaganda videos and photos. Number one, of course, to throw red meat to their base, to their racist base. Also, second, to scare people from coming to the country. So, some of them are going to be criminals, right? Fine, put them in shackles. But if somebody just came into our country illegally and have committed no crime, that is a misdemeanor. That is no different than a traffic violation. So to put these people in leg shackles, and treat them like they're, Trump's hero, Hannibal Lecter, I mean, you may as well put a face mask on him. It's insulting and it's cruel and it's demeaning. And so that seems to be what the Colombian president took issue with. Also, the fact that they're using military planes to do this, which I heard a report today that this is just a complete farce. This is all for show because military planes cost like thousands and thousands more. I heard that a regular chartered plane would cost something like $8,000, whereas a military plane is going to cost something like $80,000 to fly these people. So, Trump who claims, oh, we're going to save money and we created Doge to get rid of government waste. Really? How about this? I mean, he talks, as we all know, he talks out of both sides of his mouth. He's totally full of shit. But anyway, Trump also issued a travel ban from Colombia. Because of this, he revoked the visas of some Colombian government officials, also their allies and supporters. And then the State Department said, okay, well, the U.S. Embassy in Colombia is going to immediately suspend the issuance of all visas to the U.S. Now, experts said, this would impact the U.S. in a way because of all the coffee we import, also flowers. The prices could skyrocket and, we're coming up on Valentine's Day, so that would not be good. But it would also push Colombia closer to China and that it would harm them, though, more than it would us. Well, the Colombian president has already backed down. He has already said, okay, I will accept these planes, blah, blah, blah. And Trump is, doing a victory lap. But we've already had an agreement with them that they would accept migrants. So again, it just seems to be the fact that they're flying them on military planes and that they're shackled as if they're these, murderers and so forth. And I'm not saying that there aren't any, there could be, but I guarantee not all of them, right? So this is all for show. Anyway, I will keep you guys posted. I'm going to be keeping an eye on everything that this SOB does over the next 4 years. So, got to eat my Wheaties, got to get some rest. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.